I need to know that you've got my back. If you threaten to walk, they'll listen to you.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the BoJack Horseman moments that have stuck with us the most, even years after ending. Spoilers will be mentioned, so this is your official warning.
That stranger behind the counter gave me that free churro. That small act of kindness showed more compassion than my mother gave me her entire goddamn life.
Number 20, Newtopia Rising, Book 1, The Search for a New Utopia.
Todd!
What? Clean up my shit?
Yes, but also I would like to help you with your dumb-ass rock opera.
What?
I am supporting you.
I don't understand.
In a show full of eccentric characters, lovable loser Todd stands out as one of the zaniest. As it turns out, his life's work has resulted in a science fiction rock opera about, well, it's not entirely clear what it's about.
I feel like you're not even listening.
Yeah, well, you know what? Maybe I would listen if the Turbidians had some reason to enter the Cave of Swollen Dreams that didn't break the pact they made in Act 1 with Queen Darnisa.
BoJack helps Todd work out the ridiculously complex plot and music, giving him the chance to make it big. The story takes a dark turn, however, when BoJack sabotages Todd in order to keep him on his couch. Besides providing an abundance of hilarity, this storyline is also a pivotal character moment for both BoJack and Todd, as it shows the best and worst of them both.
For a second, I actually convinced myself I was more than just a worthless screw-up. Fool me once, fool me twice, fool me chicken soup with rice.
I guess there's a reason they don't call it the rock opera fun. They call it the rock opera business.
Number 19. You said it with your actions.
We're actually in the middle of breaking up right now, so if you could just...
Anyone who watches this show can tell you that BoJack is... complicated, to say the least.
Actually, I am a busy guy. I live a very active lifestyle.
Many of his relationships can turn toxic in the blink of an eye, as seen with his on-again, off-again girlfriend and agent, Princess Carolyn. When she points out that he doesn't want a baby, as indicated by his actions, we're treated to one of the series' best cutaway gags.
Oh, look at that baby! Isn't he the cutest baby you ever saw?
What? No, what?
Princess Carolyn points out a cute baby, and BoJack flips out, overturning the baby's stroller and causing a car wreck as he tries to escape the scene.
Step away from the stolen vehicle, sir!
No, misunderstanding, officer. I was running away from my girlfriend, whom I don't respect enough to have a baby with.
Hey, aren't you the horse from Horsing Around?
It exemplifies the off-the-wall brand of humor that has made the show so successful.
Oh, face it, you're afraid of commitment.
I'm not afraid of commitment. I commit to things all the time.
Number 18, BoJack steals the D.
Meanwhile, local authorities are already investigating several suspects. David Duchovny, Dick Van Dyke, DMX, and of course Dane Cook, who we all know is a thief.
BoJack and Diane have instant chemistry from the start of the show, which poses a problem since she's dating Mr. Peanut Butter. After a long night of drinking and an increasingly absurd effort to one-up Mr. Peanut Butter, BoJack steals the Hollywood sign's D for Diane. Get it?
Why the hell would I steal a giant D?
Ding dong, it's Diane.
Damn!
What ensues is a hilarious scheme where BoJack teams up with Mr. Peanut Butter to return the D and maintain BoJack's innocence.
I'll cut you a deal. I help you get rid of that D, and you never talk to Diane again.
This moment has reverberated throughout the entire series, as after this episode, everyone refers to the city as Hollywood due to its lack of a D.
I, and I alone, stole the D from the Hollywood sign.
It was an easy choice for this entry, since it deftly balances the humor and heart of the show.
I gotta go, they're about to move the D back. See you tomorrow?
Number 17, The Great BoJack Jerk-Off.
Hey, excuse me.
Yes, I am BoJack Horseman, star of Horsing Around.
Yeah, okay, I don't care. Those are my muffins.
It's not what it sounds like. The show didn't wait around to show off BoJack's arrogance. In the second episode, we see him in a public feud with a Navy SEAL, who is an actual SEAL.
That's the last box, and I had dibs on them.
Really? You had dibs?
Yeah, dibs. I just put them down for a second while I went to the bathroom.
Look, I don't even want the muffins. I was just looking at them. But I gotta say, if you put muffins down, they're not your muffins.
So what, I was supposed to take them into the bathroom with me?
When BoJack takes a box of muffins, which Neil McBeal, the Navy SEAL, allegedly had dibs on, it's a battle between these two prideful animals.
You're going to regret this, BoJack Horseman.
And things only get worse from there. In fact, BoJack manages to offend just about everyone as he accidentally calls the troops jerks and then refuses to apologize.
Have you no shame, BoJack Horseman? gentlemen.
Fantastic guest voicing by Patton Oswalt and Keith Olbermann complete the disastrous controversy.
You think I'm a hero.
Well, I don't know if I...
Say it, BoJack. Say I'm a hero.
You're a hero. The troops are all heroes. Every single one.
Great.
But once again, we think Todd says it best.
Well, that went slightly better than the worst it could have possibly gone, so hooray.
Number 16, Herb doesn't forgive BoJack.
Have you been eating your guilt this whole time?
You don't look so hot yourself, Herb.
I have cancer.
This is a hard pill for anyone to swallow, whether they're a cartoon horse or not. While writing his book, BoJack and Diane decide to pay a visit to the former's old best friend and creator of Horsin' Around, Herb Kazaz. Things went well until he attempted to apologize for throwing the writer under the bus back in the 90s.
Hey, I wanted to talk to you about... I feel bad about what happened.
So, you're apologizing?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay. I don't forgive you.
Herb refused the attempt at penance, instead opting to tell the equine exactly why he didn't deserve it. His scathing message was clear, that BoJack would have to live with his guilt. It was one of the first instances of a character not allowing him to apologize and move on from the regrettable choices he'd made, and a bitter reminder that forgiveness is never guaranteed.
Oh, I'm not gonna give you closure. You don't get that. You have to live with the thing you did for the rest of your life. You have to know that it's never, ever going to be okay.
Number 15, every day it gets a little easier.
Oh God, lungs on fire.
Getting and maintaining the motivation to change is harder than it seems. Though Season 2's events had rocked his world, BoJack was intent on bettering himself. During the final episode, he attempted to get back into his fitness regime, namely, running up the hill next to his house. Despite his remarks about how awful it was, he managed to make it to the top before collapsing.
Oh my God, oh my God.
Just when it seemed he was about to throw in the towel, another jogger stopped by to deliver a message that it would get easier the more he did it.
It gets easier.
Huh?
Every day it gets a little easier.
Yeah?
But you gotta do it every day. That's the hard part. But it does get easier.
Though the words themselves were about running, the underlying lesson was clear. It was a surprisingly optimistic end, giving BoJack and the viewer hope for the future.
Okay.
Number 14, Vincent Adultman.
Hi.
So you're the quote-unquote person, singular, that everyone's so crazy about.
Tired of BoJack's shenanigans, Princess Carolyn decides to date a more grown-up man, which she finds in Vincent. He works at the business factory and loves seeing R-rated movies and riding the tall person rides at Disneyland.
Tell me all about you.
I like business. Transactions?
Okay, real talk. Vincent is clearly 3 young boys in a trench coat. And for some reason, only BoJack can see that in this hysterical running gag. And the character's ignorance of this as he enters a long-term relationship with Princess Carolyn is absolutely absurd.
Princess Carolyn was right. You are a good listener.
Thanks.
Sometimes I feel like I was born with a leak. And any goodness I started with just slowly spilled out of me, and now it's all gone.
But also absolutely gut-busting. Though the relationship ended dramatically in Season 2, we still hope to see more of Vincent in later seasons. Number 13, Half a Mind.
All right, Beatrice, you got a good whiff. Now step away from your father's breakfast before he catches you a-sniffing and gives you a spanking.
Yes, Mother.
One of the show's greatest strengths is highlighting the damage caused by generational trauma. Though we see how it affects BoJack, it doesn't begin and end with his parents. In the old Sugarman place, the viewer gets a glimpse of his mother Beatrice's childhood, revealing one of many reasons she was emotionally closed off as an adult.
All right, folks, this is for posterity, so don't forget to look far away sad.
Following the death of her brother, Crackerjack, her mother began to spiral. She grew more erratic and impulsive, even getting into a car crash that resulted in her begging her husband for help. His response? To have her lobotomized.
I want to be better.
The moment where Beatrice runs to her mother, only to find a shell of her former self, is truly haunting and indicative of how far mental health help has come.
Oh, hush. It's okay. I'm better now.
I don't understand.
Love does things to a person. Terrible things. Beatrice, promise me you'll never love anyone as much as I loved Crackerjack.
Number 12, What do celebrities know? Do they know things? Let's find out.
Hollywood stars and celebrities. What do they know? Do they know things? Let's find out.
On a lighter note, as it turns out, legendary author J.D. Salinger is still alive and very interested in producing game shows about celebrities. Mr. Peanut Butter takes on hosting duties and is meaner than usual to contestant BoJack, who is presented with ridiculously difficult questions.
Welcome back. Will BoJack Horseman go down in show history as our worst contestant ever? So far, yes.
Playing ingeniously on BoJack's insecurities about his celebrity, Daniel Radcliffe makes a guest appearance as the big celebrity who is supposed to beat BoJack because he's more popular with audiences.
And while Daniel's in the booth, BoJack, you have an essay question.
What?
You'll find your blue book on your podium. To what extent was feudalism a cause of the French Revolution?
Wait, are you serious?
And go.
As the tension builds between Peanut Butter and BoJack, their issues are brought to the forefront on live TV. And, naturally for television, they resolve their issues in a half hour.
BoJack Horseman is tonight's winner!
Number 11, the 90s.
What do you say? Want to be my star?
Seriously? Of course I do. Of course, Herb. Jesus Christ, thank you.
BoJack's main claim to fame before his fun employment depressive state was his role in the 90s sitcom Horsin' Around. We get to witness this period of his life firsthand in a rather meta flashback joke. We see BoJack from his humble beginnings to his less than humble prime. Of course, the relationship between BoJack and Herb, the creator of Horsin' Around, is critical to the episode.
I gotta tell you, I'm gay.
No doy.
I know we haven't been close for the past couple years.
Okay, I'm gonna hold back my no doys because there might be a lot.
But you know me, right? You know that I'm a good guy. They're gunning for me at the network. And if I get kicked off this, I won't recover.
As Herb kickstarts BoJack's career and is his best friend. But when push comes to shove, BoJack abandons his buddy in favor of his career.
You're doing the right thing. I know it's hard. But if Herb's really your friend, he'll understand. Now, you've got a show to put on, so I'll let you get ready. This was a good conversation. Productive. If you're lucky, I'll never talk to you again.
A brilliant mix of sadness and humor, this one allows us a lot of insight into our complicated equine anti-hero.
Wait a minute, this isn't the bar.
Number 10, Princess Carolyn's 40th birthday. Getting older is hard for everyone. Princess Carolyn, BoJack's agent and ex-girlfriend, had spent most of her adult life working towards her goals, no matter the cost.
How old are your kids now?
I don't have any children.
Oh, well, it'll happen. You're still... Anyway.
Throughout the episode, we see her attempt to win a project that would save her career and all the pitfalls that come with it.
Hello?
Lady, you work too hard.
At the end of the day, everyone else leaves, but she remains alone in the office, lamenting that she has nowhere else to be.
Are you gonna head out soon? Where else would I go?
Then, her phone tells her happy birthday, the first one to do so all day. As if that wasn't depressing enough, it then throws in that she turned 40, a sign of how much of her life she'd already worked away.
Happy birthday, Princess Carolyn.
Thanks, phone.
You are 40.
Number 9, dealing with bad days.
Ruthie, this story has gotten really dark.
It has a happy ending, I promise.
The imagination is a powerful tool, for better or for worse. In Ruthie, the plot is told through the lens of Princess Carolyn's great-great-great-granddaughter.
My mom told me that I come from a long line of strong female cats. Princess Carolyn was the runt of 12, and it made her one of the toughest.
It was a lighthearted episode with plenty of jokes, until it suddenly hits you with an emotional rug pull. After having a horrible day, wherein she finds out she miscarried, among other personal tragedies, Princess Carolyn ends up talking to BoJack. She goes into detail about how on bad days, she imagines how a far-off relative will one day speak highly of her. When told those fantasies are fake, she simply says they make her feel better.
But it's... fake.
Yeah, well, it makes me feel better.
It's then that the viewer realizes that Ruthie was never real and never would be, completely recontextualizing the entire episode.
It has a happy ending, I promise.
Number 8, Beatrice's call to BoJack.
What do you want, Mom?
Though she had a few sympathetic moments later on in the series, for the most part, Beatrice Horseman's main objective seemed to be making her son's life as painful as possible.
You're a clown. You know that?
And you've always been a wonderful pillar of support. Gin, please. Is there gin coming?
I'm here, aren't I?
This was made clear in the first episode of the second season. BoJack, wanting to change, had been doing his best to maintain a happy-go-lucky attitude. Those attempts were dashed as soon as his mother called.
I read your book, BoJack.
Oh.
It takes a real narcissist to think anyone wants to buy a book about him. You know how I feel about Anne Frank.
She served up a dose of the cold, hard truth that no matter how hard he tried or how many projects he distracted himself with, he would never be happy. She explained that misery ran through their family and that there was no cure for being himself. With just one call, BoJack was right back at square one.
You were born broken. That's your birthright. And now you can fill your life with projects, your books and your movies and your little girlfriends, but it won't make you whole. You're BoJack Horseman. There's no cure for that.
Number 7, BoJack Underwater.
The Pacific Ocean Film Fest, or POF, is the biggest underwater film festival in the world. You make a splash there, people are going to notice.
Fine. This series is known for its intelligent and hilarious dialogue, which is why it was so surprising when the show made an episode with almost no speaking. Taking a page out of Lost in Translation's book, BoJack attends the Pacific Ocean Film Festival, where he is a complete outsider due to his lack of understanding of underwater language and culture. He becomes entangled in a misadventure with a newborn seahorse, and, as always, animal jokes abound. Showing off some of the series' most beautiful animation and best slapstick humor, Fish Out of Water is now one of the most critically acclaimed episodes. Number 6, BoJack Watching the Horses. To say the third season was an emotional roller coaster would be an understatement.
The funeral was huge. There were so many people there. I kept thinking, I did this to her. And everyone was just standing around like, well, this was bound to happen, but it wasn't bound to happen.
I'm really sorry, BoJack.
I don't know how to be, Diane.
In the finale, it seems to be taking an especially tragic turn. BoJack was hurtling down the road when he suddenly closed his eyes and took his hands off the wheel. It seemed his dark intentions were about to come to fruition when he opened his eyes and was met with the sight of a herd of horses running through the valley.
Billie Holiday even told it even better.
The music swelled as he took in the scene. The expression on his face made it clear that his outlook on life had shifted. To be able to convey so much without saying a single word is a testament to how good the series was at creating a poignant scene. Number 5, Prom. BoJack tries to reconnect with his oldest real friend, Charlotte, who he still has feelings for, but the attempt goes haywire when he discovers she's now married and has a family.
Oh, BoJack, I think you got the wrong idea.
Let's go. Let's get out of here right now.
No, BoJack.
You and me. This is real. You know this is real.
My husband is right upstairs.
I don't care about your husband. All that matters is us.
Classic BoJack, he steers into the skid and stays as the family's guest for months. He even agrees to take Charlotte's daughter Penny to the prom, and the two have a chaotic but meaningful night. Then Penny makes a move on him. BoJack rejects it as he should.
Whoa, Penny, come on.
If you want to do it, I'm ready.
But after a final rejection from Charlotte, his demons get the better of him.
No.
Mom!
Charlotte.
Penny, go to your room.
We didn't even do anything!
Now, Penny.
Charlotte, I am so sorry.
Don't you dare.
It's the most heartbreaking moment in the series, to see a character we've come to love fall so hard.
I will call the police. And if you ever try to contact me or my family again, I will f***ing kill you.
Number 4, Todd tells BoJack off.
Hey, Todd, where you been?
Oh, hi.
You were in Ojai?
No, I was just saying hi.
You know things are getting real when the comedic relief character is forced to be the voice of reason. After finding out BoJack had slept with one of his childhood friends, Todd finally snapped.
I let you turn my house into your company's headquarters for the last month.
Yeah, but that's not because you're my friend. That's because you felt bad about Emily.
You know about Emily?
I think I know. Why? What do you think I know? I mean, I know what I think, but I don't know if the thing that I think is the thing that you think I know, you know?
So, you know I had sex with Emily.
You had sex with Emily?
He made it clear that the actor's usual technique of feeling bad for himself wasn't going to work anymore. He needed to actually try and become a better person. He twisted the knife even further by saying that BoJack was the common denominator in all of his issues, rather than his substance use or childhood trauma.
You can't keep doing this!
It was a truly sobering and brutally honest moment that made it clear that he had successfully severed one of his few remaining genuine relationships.
It's you. Man, what else is there to say?
Number 3, the eulogy.
When this girl at the Jack in the Box asked me if I was having an awesome day, I thought, well, today I'm actually allowed to feel shitty. Today I have a good reason. So I said to her, well, my mom died. And she immediately burst into tears.
With the whole episode being a masterclass in writing and acting, it's hard to choose just one moment. The entirety of BoJack's eulogy to his mother is unforgettable, from his recollection on making a restaurant worker cry to his realization that he'll never have a good relationship.
I was prepared for more cruelty. I was sure that she would get in one final zinger about how I let her down and about how I was fat and stupid and too tall to be an effective Lindy Hopper, how I was needy and a burden and an embarrassment. All that I was ready for. I was not ready for, I see you.
With either of his parents now that they're both gone,
only my mother would be lousy enough to swipe me with a moment of connection on her way out.
you get to see him deal with his complex feelings of grief in real time, including the bitter understanding that a random stranger showed him more kindness than his family ever had. Just when it seems things couldn't get more bleak, it's revealed that he had been at the wrong funeral the entire time, an ending that gets the viewer to laugh despite everything they've just seen.
Is this funeral parlor B?
Number 2, the drug trip.
So, you really think you could write a better book by Friday?
Damn right I can, so you can throw this turd of a book in the garbage and then light the garbage on fire.
When BoJack tries to write his biography in a single day, Doctor Who, no, not that one, helps him out. BoJack, Sarah Lynn, and Todd do some unspecified drugs, and that results in one raucous, uproarious night.
We got a book to write!
Oh my god, this is so good. Oh, this is gonna be awesome. Yes, go Todd.
Okay, Todd, how is it going with the heartwarming anecdotes?
Bizarre hallucinations make for some darkly humorous moments, not to mention a few attempted murders. A few seriously traumatizing moments take us through BoJack's psyche and show us his fears and regrets. The animators really thought outside of the box on this one, mixing various animation styles in a fluid sequence, equal parts hilarious, heartbreaking, and horrifying.
Shouldn't we help him?
No, he loves treading water.
It reminds us why we love these characters.
Tell me, please, Diane, tell me that I'm good.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Sarah Lynn's death. Talk about a fitting episode title. Across the first few seasons, viewers had come to love Sarah Lynn.
I always wanted to be an architect, but one of those architects where at night she's a high-end call girl and by day she's an international super spy.
Despite her antics, it was clear that underneath it all, she was just a girl who'd been exploited her entire life.
Nobody knows what we went through. Nobody who wasn't on that show.
But we knew each other before we were anybody. And that's how we can be friends, because we're not like those other people.
In the penultimate episode of the 3rd season, she and BoJack went on a lengthy bender where they traveled all over, eventually ending up in a planetarium. As Sarah Lynn dreamily recounted her childhood dreams of becoming an architect, he was focused on his own legacy. He happily pointed out how nothing but that moment mattered.
See, Sarah Lynn? We're not doomed. In the great grand scheme of things, we're just tiny specks that will one day be forgotten. So it doesn't matter what we did in the past or how we'll be remembered. The only thing that matters is right now.
Not even realizing that she'd already passed, him repeating her name only added to that haunting realization, causing an emotional gut punch that still hits hard today.
Sarah Lynn? Sarah Lynn?
Which BoJack Horseman moment has stuck with you the most? Let us know in the comments below.
BoJack, just stop. You are all the things that are wrong with you. It's not the alcohol or the drugs